just wanting to be happy. I want someone to love. I want someone to love me. I think mental illness is really scary, and I think people are really scared to be around someone who has it or to deal with someone who has it.
Mental illness literally makes me me. I don't care. I don't care. I
know. How boring if we didn't have that.
See someone dealing with their mental illness and they're like, they're doing it, you know what I mean? And it's like, I was just not doing it that day.
He gives me the strength to stop this awful, erratic behavior and unsafe behavior.
Trisha Paytas recently discussed a recent topic on Sophia with an F's podcast. After hearing what Trisha had to say, fans and even Tana's best friend Brooke Schofield, who we know as Team Trisha because they just sat down and had a whole love fest hyping each other up, knew that she wasn't going to be comfortable with Brooke. Trisha and Sophia. In the fast-paced world of social media, influencer dynamics, and online controversies, unexpected disputes often take center stage. A recent exchange between Trisha and Sophia, the host of the Sophia with an F podcast, centered on a significant topic, mental health, particularly in the context of dealing with a former partner's mental illness. The conversation that unfolded during this podcast episode sparked a series of reactions, with some of its key moments making waves on TikTok. Sophia's candid exploration of the complexities of mental health touched upon various aspects of the human experience, offering insights into how individuals handle the mental health challenges of their ex-partners.
To your scandal of the week, because
I have a scandal this week? No, I don't. Why?
Not just wanting to be happy. I want someone to love. I want someone to love me.
No hate to these people, because it's like not even about them. It's about like what is happening with me right now.
Because even right now, I can feel God telling me that it will be okay. I think mental illness is really scary, and I think people are really scared to be around someone who has it or to deal with someone who has it.
And that's why I got such bad anxiety, because I just kind of pushed everything down for so long when I was on the show. Just
see someone dealing with their mental illness and they're like, they're doing it, you know what I mean? And it's like, I was just not doing it that day. I was
like, maybe this astrology thing, there's something to it. He knows how to get me out of these moods that I get in.
The depth of the discussion resonated with viewers, prompting many to engage in conversations and reactions on TikTok. Trisha, a prominent figure in the online and influencer realms, came across a viral TikTok video that featured highlights from Sophia's podcast. Not one to shy away from sharing her perspective, Trisha offered her thoughts on the subject. In response, she boldly declared, "I love my mental illness too. It literally makes me me." This candid statement from Trisha underscores the diverse ways in which people embrace and express their relationship with mental health. It demonstrates that, for some, mental health challenges are an integral part of their identity and shape their unique experiences.
And you have to put on a performance. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I saw me and I was like, oh no. And then I saw Sophia with an F and I was like, I love her. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch. And then my stomach dropped.
Mental illness literally makes me me. I don't care. I don't care.
I know. How boring if we didn't have that.
He gives me the strength to stop this awful, erratic behavior and unsafe behavior. I am not sure what I can do at this point forward to prevent this from happening.
Maybe I should put a message out for people who like don't feel like this all the time, or don't feel like this at the moment, and maybe they don't feel like that all the time.
We're not gonna last long. Like, I know how this works. I know how I am. And he's like, when you put that out there, it's gonna happen. So maybe he was right in that.
I think the ability to manage my emotions. I'm shocked every day I can control an emotional outburst.
However, this exchange between Trisha and Sophia wasn't just about mental health. It unfolded against the backdrop of a unique sponsorship message. The intersection of influencer drama, mental health discussions, and unexpected sponsorships exemplifies the dynamic nature of content creation and controversy in the digital age. It also highlights the significance of fostering open dialogues about mental health and the various ways individuals navigate and embrace their unique mental health journeys. Trisha's message on mental health. People who are struggling with their mental health were the target audience for Trisha's efforts, and she hoped to provide them comfort and empathy. She endeavored to be open and honest about her own experiences, particularly in reaction to individuals who professed their passion for their own mental illness. She felt it was especially important to do this. Trisha wanted to make sure that anyone who didn't agree with her wouldn't feel like they were the only ones in the group. Trisha acknowledged that she had noticed improvements in her mental health, but acknowledged that there were still difficult days ahead. She went into detail about the struggle that people who suffer from borderline personality disorder go through on a daily basis, and emphasized the fact that recovery is not some miraculous overnight process. Despite the fact that she acknowledged that her life had significantly improved, she continued to encounter challenging days, moments of breakdown, and other challenging situations. Trisha underlined that there may still be challenging days, even though there had been great development. She brought attention to the fact that one can have a wonderful life that is full of love and happiness, despite the fact that one will inevitably have difficult days. Because mental illness is a persistent condition, those who manage their condition must learn to cope with both good and bad days. Trisha urged individuals to have compassion for themselves and grace for others, as well as acceptance of the truth regarding their circumstances. She spoke these words of advice to everyone who might have needed to hear them, including herself, and she was one of those people. The words that Trisha spoke struck a chord with a lot of individuals, and many found solace in her remarks.
Oh man, I really hate that this is something that I live with forever, and it's like hard for me. Like, I know in the moment, like I want to get out of it.
I was having the definition of anxiety, hyperventilation, nervous breakdown, all of it, because I honestly was like shaking.
And it wasn't even that, it was like, I love my mental illness.
Yes.
And so that's why I was like, okay, wow. Like,
I'm one of those people who wants to like love and be loved so bad, but it's so hard to find.
which is like, this is like, it's really, really awful. And so I'm like, it's okay to not love it, because I hate my mental illness.
I think that I'm a troll. I think I've always just been like wanting attention in the worst ways, but I really don't want to ever hurt anyone.
I want to start losing weight, because like for a number of reasons, I just want to look better.
I was still trying to pick a fight with him because I felt abandoned.
Trisha has had a difficult time in the realm of the internet, where people's opinions about her have been all over the place. So the unexpected outpouring of support that she received was quite meaningful. On the other hand, Sophia was one of the few people who did not respond well to Trisha's letter. It appeared as though Sophia was being critical in her reaction, and several people questioned whether or not she had seen the entirety of Trisha's video. It seemed as though Sophia's reply was an attempt to discredit Trisha's point of view when she stated that potential illness literally makes me who I am. It is important to keep in mind that Trisha did not have the intention of telling other people how they should feel about their mental condition. She shared her joy for individuals who had discovered comfort in their own experiences, but she also wished to reassure those who did not have the same perspective. The way Sophia responded gave the impression that Trisha's message had been misunderstood.
You're not doing something where like you can just kind of like be in a bad mood. And
I totally think so. I think what's like messing with my head are like the trolls that are just like, you know, oh, like she's gonna get made fun of.
That second chances come along in life and take them, and it's never too late to change.
Out of nowhere, that it just like I lock myself in a closet, like I can't.
I just always knew that it was going to end in combustion. That's how all my relationships end.
Trisha's good friend, Brooke Schofield, stepped in to defend her after hearing the remark that Sophia had made. Brooke's inquiry into whether or not they had seen the same film was an indication that Sophia's reaction was not completely understood by him. In addition, several viewers responded negatively to Sophia's words in the area of the video that was designated for public comments. Some of Sophia's supporters have voiced their displeasure and said they believe her answer was unnecessarily harsh. These supporters emphasized that up until this point, they have enjoyed Sophia's content. It seems that there was a significant gap between the meaning that Trisha intended for her message and the meaning that Sophia interpreted it to have. This experience emphasizes the significance of open and empathic communication, particularly when dealing with delicate subjects like mental health, as was done in this conversation. It is essential to approach these conversations with empathy and a willingness to understand diverse points of view, because there is a possibility that misunderstandings will occur. A helpful reminder for anyone struggling with issues related to their mental health is still provided by Trisha in the form of a message to support and acceptance of oneself. Trisha and Sophia's potential path to resolution. Many people were disheartened by the rift between Trisha and Sophia, feeling that the two could have had a harmonious relationship based on their on-camera personalities. Some fans expressed a desire to see them reconcile, believing that their interactions would be entertaining and even hilarious. They suggested having Trisha as a guest on Sophia's podcast, to facilitate a conversation and potentially resolve any misunderstandings. Despite Sophia's earlier comment about Trisha's electrocuted hair, some believe that their personalities could complement each other, and the incident didn't need to be a permanent barrier to collaboration.
Thank God, because I kept trying to sleep and I couldn't. I never not been able to not sleep.
I think it's cool that mental illness is like normalized, that like these beautiful girls have it, these, you know, people that have
like a life. Like I have to figure out what I want to do for myself, and I think that that's really hard for young adults, just in general.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
either really hated what I had to say, really hated me, or really just got on the defense, which I totally get too.
Back to our mental illnesses, that's part of it.
I love my mental illness.
Me too. It makes me me.
You guys don't have to tweet them or any, like, really don't. I mean, I don't need a phone call anymore. Like, I
had a little bit of a panic attack. Because I actually like live for her.
Trisha has shown a willingness to mend fences recently, even surprising people by reconciling with Jeff Wittick, which many thought would never happen. Trisha seems to be in a drama-free era and may be open to resolving issues amicably. The situation between Trisha and Brian Chicken Fry was also mentioned. Trisha had discussed something relevant to a topic on her podcast that pertained to her OnlyFans account. Brian reacted negatively, thinking she was resurrecting old drama without reason, and he lashed out at Trisha. However, Trisha later revealed that Brian had apologized for his outburst.
You really can't promote OnlyFans anywhere anymore. That's why I didn't even know if I could say it, because people are very like strict on it. But yeah, I just sell like old content.
How much you make per session? Are you comfortable saying?
Well, you get paid like daily off of it, I think.
I don't do anything new. I haven't done anything new since I became a mom. I just sell old content, which is like, you know, great.
What did Trisha say to me? She was like, saying our relationship's toxic. When you almost got killed by your friend.
I do feel sometimes like guilt about it. Like one day she's gonna like know about it, right? And people are like, oh, people are gonna make fun of her and stuff like that.
They chose to air their fights, and that's content. That's the content you want to make. Look, people love the drama, you know?
So yeah, there's that guilt, you know, there's that guilt there too. And I get it. I get why people say it.
This example of reconciliation suggests that a similar outcome might be possible between Trisha and Sophia. It's speculated that Sophia may not have watched Trisha's full video and misinterpreted its content. It's possible that she only viewed the beginning of the video and misunderstood Trisha's intentions. The video clearly showed Trisha's intention to share her experiences to help people feel less alone in their struggles with mental health. Since the incident, Trisha and Sophia have not communicated, but there is hope that they can eventually resolve their differences. Open and honest communication, like the one facilitated on a podcast, could potentially help them find common ground and move forward. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.